what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, man. Just, about to end this work grind, everyday struggle. What's today? Wednesday? It's hump day? This week seemed like it went by fast already. I don't know, but not fast enough because it's still 2 more days to go for the week, y'all. So, look, I don't know how y'all feel, but I'm tired of the contract talk. I'm tired of it. Just like I was tired of the D-Law situation. I'm tired of the Dak talk. I'm tired of the Amari crap. I'm sick of talking about the Byron Jones situation. Let me just try to clarify a little bit, talk a little bit about some certain situations. Now, we already know about the Dak contract situation. This has been going on since last offseason and things of that nature. So, nobody really knows the truth as to what the conversations are being had by his agents and the Dallas Cowboys organization as well. We heard news about the Dallas Cowboys. They want to make sure that they sign him this offseason because they really don't want to tag him. I hate when these reporters keep saying, "Oh, he's going to get tagged." Best believe, like they're guaranteeing that he's going to be tagged. Motherfucker, you don't know. Like Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, like they all they kill me with that because they're just like, oh, this is a done deal. He's going to get tagged, and I guess if he does, I guess at that point they would be trying to buy time so they can make sure that they can get the contract that they need to get him on. So there's that. Then it's the aspect of, okay, well, if they can get a deal done before then, and my speculation is the reason why this thing is carrying over so much is because, and it's all Dak's agent, right? And that's what agent's job is. Remember, DeMarcus Lawrence wasn't giving those kind of crazy demands. It was his agent that was talking to the Cowboys and trying to maximize the deal. So it had to come to a head at some point. They had to call DeMarcus Lawrence in and be like, bruh, sit your ass right here. We're going to talk. So we're not at a impasse. I hate that word. We're at an impasse. I'm sick of that crap. Like, sit his ass down, have the conversation. This is you, and we're going to just sit here together. We're going to have this conversation. And my demands is, and your demands, and we're just going to come to a midpoint at that point. So same thing with the Dak situation, but I think with Dak is because this whole CBA thing, like the new rules and whatever the deal is with the new CBA, I think that Dak's agent is waiting on the CBA to get a CBA friendly contract. So I think a lot of that hoopla is what we're waiting on. So I don't know. I mean, I look at it like this. The Dallas Cowboys want to give him years, meaning I want to say they probably want to give him at least a 5-year contract, 5 or 6 year contract. But in Dak's eyes, yeah, he want to be the Dallas Cowboys quarterback for the rest of his career, but he want to make sure that he gets what it is, because what's going to happen is if he signs right now before the CBA, before the new CBA deal, that dollar amount is going to go up tremendously. So you're going to look at guys we're going to look at Russell Wilson's contract in the next couple of years and be like, damn, it don't even seem as massive as it was before. But, everybody always talks about, well, Dak ain't elite. We know Dak's not elite. We know that. I never said he was elite. You know what I mean? But I believe that he's a second-tier quarterback, and he's a quarterback that can definitely get you some wins. He can get you there. But the defense got to do their job. I'm so sick when people keep saying, oh, well, the Cowboys were 8-8. Yeah, because you know what, guys? Football is a fucking team sport. And it takes more than just Dak Prescott to win the game. You know what I mean? Like, the receivers weren't catching the ball. Dak may have thrown it to this guy's feet and he didn't catch the ball. You know what I mean? Everybody is to blame for the losses. But Dak Prescott ain't kicked the... He wasn't Brett Maher. Brett Maher lost at least 2 or 3 games himself, because there were games where we only lost by 2 points, 3 points. That Saints game, if we would, don't miss no goddamn kicks, Brett Maher. So now that he's gone, and they should have let him go before that, But all I'm saying is this. You look at Dak's numbers and him throwing for 30 touchdowns and almost 5,000 yards in the season, you would think that you would win more games than that. But again, most of those games is because of the kicking game, special teams fucking up, and the defense not stopping running backs, not stopping tight ends. Ain't no way you gonna tell me that Robbie Anderson gets behind you for 97 yards on a pass from Sam Darnold. Come on, bro. Come on. So explain that shit to me. So when Dak Prescott starts playing defense, then we'll have a conversation. But then and only then, shut the hell up. Like, you sound dumb. But this is my whole thing. Now, everybody's going to have their opinion, and you have a right to it. And I would love to hear all your comments. But my whole thing is this. It's got to make sense. Like, if you don't like Dak, that's fine. Don't like Dak. But give me a valid reason. Don't tell me because he went 8-8. Don't tell me because he's Dak Prescott. That's not telling me anything. Because on this channel, I give you facts. I give you real life situations that happen. I'm not biased. I am not a homer. I don't give a fuck about none of these players. You know why? Because I don't play for the team. I don't get paid for the team. Period. So Dallas Cowboys don't pay me. I do this for the love of it, for you, for the entertainment, for you guys. That's it. So at the end of the day, what do you want me to do about it? So only thing I can do is I can speculate in a intelligent way, make an intelligent guess, because again, nobody knows what the hell is going on. But some of the shit that I hear out there, none of that makes sense. Because when you look at the business side of football, and it's one thing to understand the game itself, but it's also another thing to understand the business side. And you got to understand the business side. If you don't understand the business side of football, especially this time in the off season, you got to understand how the money works. You got to understand how the contracts work. You got to understand where the money comes from, because all of that matters when it comes to how a team is going to structure in signing their players and things of that nature and getting the best guys on the field. Now, what kills me about Dallas Cowboy fans is this. It's just the fickle shit. And when I say the fickle stuff, let's go back real quick. So we talk about, let's go back to Roger Staubach. Let's go all the way back to Don Meredith from the beginning. So you look at that situation, and it's like, the Dallas Cowboys didn't have a draft pick in 1960. So, another team had to get Meredith, and he had to come to the Dallas Cowboys via a trade from another team. So you look at that situation, it's like, okay, well, then when he left, they criticized Meredith because he didn't get a Super Bowl. Okay. Then Roger Staubach comes in. He gets his ring. You win the Super Bowl in 71 and 77. And then you fall off again. Jerry Jones buys a team in 89. And, because when we originally had Tom Landry as our coach, in the beginning, he people said that, he with that Craig Morton and all that controversy with those quarterbacks and things of that nature. Troy Aikman was booed, I think, the last game that he played for the Dallas Cowboys. He was booed off the field. Everybody talked shit about Tony Romo and said Tony Romo wasn't shit. And all of a sudden, he's in a booth and everybody loves Tony Romo again. Now they're talking about Dak Prescott and saying Dak Prescott can't take the team to the Super Bowl. Oh, he's been in the league 4 years. I said, look, it's a lot of other shit that surrounds Dak Prescott and the reason why that he hasn't been able to do things. But look at the shit he has done. The fact that he's made 2 Pro Bowls. The fact that he's made it to the playoffs. The fact that he beat Seattle. He beat the Packers. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we did lose to the Packers too at home, but he did win away. So despite having a trash coaching staff with the Jason Garretts and the Scott Linehans and this lackluster ass shit that we had, he still prevailed even with all of that. If you look at his stats, he's gotten better and better every year. And sky's the limit. Now you got Mike McCarthy, which makes it even more pertinent for you to sign him, because you want him to get in there with Mike McCarthy and get that stuff together right now, so there's no problem, there's no issue. Get get the contract done so he can learn the new offense and everything that they're doing. Period. Because Mike McCarthy loves him. He said it over and over again. He said, and again, he's excited to be a part of this young quarterback that he can actually feel like he can make him even better. So all this talk about Tom Brady coming to, shut that shit up. Stop it. Because you look at Tom Brady, nobody's questioning his ability. Nobody questioned the fact that, he's the GOAT. We know that. But he's not coming to the Dallas Cowboys. One, he hates the Dallas Cowboys. How about that? Two, you don't bring in a guy that's goddamn 42 years old to be your quarterback for the future. When you have a young guy that's getting ready to turn 27, or I think he's 26 or whatever, and that's your quarterback now, you already know what he can do. And under Mike McCarthy, he could be even better. Because when you let Dak do 2-minute drill, when you let Dak do Dak, he plays well. But when you put the handcuffs on him, then he has to think too much, and then he falters. That's what happens. But again, he's still a learning quarterback. He still ain't even reached his pinnacle yet. You look at his stats, very reminiscent to Russell Wilson. Y'all like Russell Wilson? My whole thing is, if you're a Russell Wilson fan, you should be a Dak Prescott fan too, because if you look at their numbers throughout their careers and how Russell Wilson started and how Dak started, very similar. Very similar. So, miss me with the trash talk. Because I don't see a quarterback that sucks. I see a quarterback that's good, that's going to get even better, that's humble, that's a natural leader. You can't teach that. You can't teach that. So, you look at the teams that need quarterbacks. I'm not even going to get into that because this video will be too long. Because what is Jameis Winston doing? Phillip Rivers just got ousted. Oh, you want Teddy Bridgewater to be your quarterback? I don't even think that Teddy Bridgewater is better than Dak Prescott. Teddy Bridgewater is good, but look what happened with him with the Vikings. He lost his starting job to Kirk Cousins. So, miss me with that bullshit. There's quarterbacks that were drafted before Dak Prescott, like Cardell Jones, which is now the starting quarterback for the XFL DC Defenders team. Not in the NFL, but Dak Prescott is still playing for the Dallas Cowboys. So, it is what it is. So, I just look at it like this. If you get rid of Dak, those of you that want to get rid of him, tell me who the hell you going to get. Because you can't get a rookie to come in here to do what he's done because they ain't been in the NFL yet. They ain't got experience. If you get Teddy Bridgewater, okay, what is Teddy going to do? He still don't know this team either. You get Tom Brady, what? You get him for 1 year and that's it? Then what you going to do for your future? You don't get rid of the known for the unknown. That's the dumbest shit ever. So, anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Now, real quick. So, talk about Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper could pretty much be tagged because you can tag Amari Cooper and figure out a contract for him later because, again, you got to have Amari Cooper back. There's no way you let him go. Because if you let him go, the Eagles going to pick him up. That's what's going to happen. And I don't want to see him in no goddamn Kelly or Hunter or whatever the fuck that green is. It's ugly as hell. You don't want him in that. You don't want him in that. So, you gave up a first-round pick for him. So, you got to keep him. You got to sign him. As far as Byron Jones go, I don't know. It really depends on what the Dallas Cowboys, what their value is for him. Because you're going to have to pay him between $12 and $14 million a year to keep him. Now, is he worth 14? I don't think so. He's a solid corner. But, again, people are going to base the reason why he's not getting interceptions. But there's other teams that don't have any good cornerbacks at all. Any. I'm talking about Utah. I'm talking about the Eagles. The Eagles could use Byron and love him because of the simple fact that he's better than any goddamn DB on that team right now. Think about it. So, we talk shit about Byron and we're like, oh, he ain't getting no interceptions. Okay. But he bats the ball down because if you bat the ball down on 3rd and 10, that's a 3 and out. It's still a turnover. Granted, you didn't get the ball. You still got the ball back for your offense. What is the purpose of a defense? What is the number one purpose of defense in the NFL? I'll wait. To get the ball back for your fucking offense. That is your job. That is your main source to do. That's all you're there to do. And I don't want to hear anything else because that's it. You get the ball back. Hell, you can franchise tag either one of them, either Amari or Byron. If you want Byron back, you can franchise tag him and see how he does in Mike Nolan's system. And if he does well in Nolan's system, then you get him a better contract after that. Because again, you know, Chris Richard and Marinelli, that was like putting a circle in a square peg. They didn't mesh because they both believed they had two different philosophies. You can't have two coaches on your defense with two different philosophies that think differently and expect success. It's not going to happen. So these guys weren't turning back for the ball, and I guess that's because that's what they were telling them to do, not to turn back for the ball. But I guarantee you this defense is going to tell them, the ball, watch the ball. So, you know, he might do better with better coaching. Who knows? So that's just how I feel about the top three. Whatever. That's the most logic I can think. This draft, one more last thing, this draft is going to be real difficult. I'm putting together my draft board right now, but I'm telling you, this is going to be the hardest thing I've ever done as far as putting a draft, because we got a new coaching staff and I don't know what they like yet. I don't know anything about these coaches to know what they want to get. But I do know Will McClay and what he likes. I do know what Steven and Jerry have done in the past. So maybe if they're still controlling things, but I already know that they're gonna give Mike McCarthy full range of what he wants as well. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna see some guys in free agency that used to play for the Green Bay Packers on this team next year. Maybe some, you know, backup guys or something like that. Some guys that Mike McCarthy knows and he trusts. Might be some guys from Jim Tom Sula's era, or maybe somebody that Mike Nolan knows. So you never know. But that's all I got for right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. I just had to rant real quick about it because I'm so sick of this contract shit. So, but anyway, thanks again to all my subscribers. Appreciate you guys. It's your boy E2 Blue. Always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.